4-2, the Cubs with the lead as we get into the bottom of the 7th on a very special night. And it's great to have with us Jeff and Ron Jr. Ron's son's in the booth with us. Great job with the 7th inning stretch. And just give us your thoughts today, Ron.
Well, I was telling everybody it's very much like when my dad's number was retired. The family's very proud of him and just as excited when, again, like I said, when the number was retired, and just had a great time. Cubs have been fantastic to our family and can't thank them enough.
Jeff?
Oh, it was a great honor. I mean, not too many people have a statue outside of a stadium, you know, and we were just so overwhelmed when they unveiled it, and just brought up a lot of emotions.
Reed Johnson leading off, 3 for 3 on the night with a home run as he faces Henry Rodriguez. I thought the turnout among the Cubs players who are getting ready for a game tonight and the coaching staff was pretty amazing.
Overwhelming. When I saw that and them coming out and you know, half dressed in their pants and a Passion T-shirt, I tell you, that was unbelievable.
Yeah, and the people across the street, and then even up in the stadium, you know, watching outside. So I tell you, it was something else.
Up the middle, Reed Johnson is 4 for 4. We're going to show the statue now, and each of you give us your thoughts when you saw it.
Well, I'll tell you, when they unveiled that, I couldn't believe the likeness in the face. What really is what struck me first, because it really reminds me of back when, you know, he's 25, 26 years old, and he was very proud of his fielding. I mean, he's a great hitter, but his fielding was just as good.
It was just cool, you know. When it came down, like, that's a cool statue, you know. And like Ronnie said, you know, my dad was about third base. You know, he was always dirty at third base. He was always charging the ball.
Yes.
I mean, and I'm glad that it represents him playing third.
Jeff, you spoke very briefly and succinctly. You talked about what he said about playing third, and you related that to his life.
Yeah, you know, and I was amazed when I saw that video, you know, of him talking about giving a lesson out there, you know, and he had to be, like I said, 25 years old, and it's really how he lived his life, you know.
Here's the 0-1 to Ramirez, and he lines to Zimmerman. The ball was hit very hard. Cub fans, as we remember Ron Santo tonight, if you want to order this old Cub or the new book, Ron Santo, A Perfect 10, you can find them at santofilms.com. Jeff, it was a very emotional, very personal project for you. We've talked a lot about it on and off the air. And now when you go back and watch it, what are some of the memories that pop into your head?
Yeah, you know, doing that film, we just, you know, just hanging out with him and being able to travel with him and get to know everybody who is in his life in the broadcast booth. That was something else, because I got to hang out with him as a kid. We were always here at the park, and then to do that as an adult was something else.
Carlos Pena with 1 out. Runner at first. We're with Jeff and Ron Santo. And Ron, people who don't know you probably come up to you. I mean, you're the spinning image of your dad. I mean, people must come up to you all the time and say, "You look familiar."
I actually, yeah, I do get that a lot, and occasionally you do even get someone that doesn't know me and will just come out of the blue and goes, "You look like Ron Santo," and I'll say yes. And I usually tell them, "Yeah, I'm shorter, but my hair's real." You know, so.
And Ernie said I was the oldest, but I'm actually younger than him. I may look older, but I'm younger.
Just for the record, right? Some old footage we've been running.
Yeah, that's
throughout the game.
So when you look at that and you see how the dirt, the difference of the dirt, even in those days.
About a triple.
Yeah, he wasn't known for his speed. That's for sure.
But he had 13 triples in one season. I think, you know, didn't he lead the league one year? Because I think it bounced around the corner out there.
Well, was it Billy who made the reference to him sliding, coming up a little short at second?
I think that was Billy. Yeah,
that was Billy. Yeah, I remember that. Jeff does too. When we were younger, they made posters of it. It looked like like a Goonie bird came up on his stomach, and his feet and hands were in the air. And he stopped like about 5 feet short of the base.
He had to crawl to the bag.
Yeah.
I was after a rain delay, so he just stuck. He did the head first slide back then.
Yeah,
like
we had
Pete
a shot
Rose.
of him earlier,
Yeah.
game-ending run at the plate. Swing and a miss on a really good changeup. 0-2 the count. Bottom really fell out of that pitch. And that's outside. Talking about your dad's toughness in a long hitting streak, and in the midst of a hitting streak he was beamed in the face, and you know, he's talked about that story a lot, and he wasn't out long.
Broke his cheekbone. I think he was out
A day,
maybe a few days, and then he came back in the lineup and then
Continued
extended
his
his streak to the 28 games. But you know, that's when he used the flap, not the Merlin Bird flap that goes all the way down, but he just had the single flap.
2 down in the inning. High fly.
He had a hell of a swing. You know, he just come out of his shoes.
Jack Brickhouse with the call. The other thing, I love the short sleeves showing off the cans.
Showing off the guns, yeah.
And he never lifted any weights. He never lifted any weights, and he was built.
The strongest handshake of anyone I've ever known.
Big hands. That's definitely a big
Yeah.
wrist.
And that's one of the first things you always noticed about your father, because he talked with his hands. His hands were always moving.
It's Italian in him.
Yep.
And then we move ahead to Ron Santo, the broadcaster, and you guys both spent a lot of time with him in the booth, traveling with him, spring training in Arizona. Well, he loved working in Mesa. As Soto pops this one to left, and it's going to be caught by Johnny Gomes. Well, as you both know, he's with us every day, and a wonderful night. Congratulations.